if we don't live in a racist society? And I'm asking you, we don't?
I think we live in a tribalist society.
Okay. That's
I
the
think-
easy scapegoat. But,
No. But let me say something, because you asked me a direct question, so let me explain.
Yeah, explain what tribalism
Okay.
is. I mean, I know what tribe is, but
Tribal, okay, so racism, right? Racism is perpetuated through ignorance, through people not understanding what people of color, white people, the very definition of a colored person or a black person or a white person is inherently racist. A person that says a white person can't be, or that a black person can't be racist, that is inherently ignorant and anathema to what it means to be tolerant. Even the term tolerance means to be tolerant, to tolerate people that you don't like. I'm intolerant because I don't dislike you because you're black.
Okay.
I don't dislike that guy because he's gay.
Okay.
That makes me tolerant or intolerant. If I didn't like him and I was white and I didn't like him but I accepted him, that would make me tolerant. So I'm a very intolerant person. I don't believe that problems are associated with race. Even this Blacks for Trump. I believe that categorizes, oh, so Trump's good for you because you're black. Or, oh, this is good for you because you're white. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We're all people.
yeah, I understand that. But see, the thing is, I can't prevent you from getting a job. I can't hold you back economically. But if you're white, which you guys are still in power, would you agree?
No, I don't. I don't agree that.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
agree
hold-
that because I don't have power.
You may not have.
I don't have power.
You may not have power. You personally. But the white man still does. All you have to do is look at Wall Street. All you have to do is look at the government itself.
The government itself.
Yeah, just look at the
Like Hillary's party, it's all
look-
white people, right?
No, I'm looking at the not just the Republican Party, but also looking at just the government, the heads who are in there now. They're predominantly white male men.
Okay, I agree, yeah.
Okay, so they're in power. They dictate and they control what's going to happen. So what I'm saying, they can prevent any minority from gaining access. Like, my point is, they can prevent me from getting a job. They can prevent me from getting loans from banks. They can prevent me from doing it. But in return, I can't do that to you. So economic power, I can put a constraint on you. You can do that to me, not you personally, but white people can. I can't do that to you. So that holds a certain group down. You see what I'm saying? So there is no power. That's what racism is.
Let me ask.
Yes, I cannot like you because you're white, but I can't hold you back upward mobility.
You're talking about systematic oppression, not racism. There is a clear and distinct difference between the two.
There's a difference between the two, but can I hold you down? No.
I don't think I can hold you down either.
You personally
And I
can't,
don't.
but the white man can, is what I'm saying. And it's happening.
If you actually believe that white people, like, okay, check this out. If you go and, let me ask you a real sincere question. Did you go to college?
I went to the library, which is even better.
I would agree. College, I would agree.
Okay.
So when I took my SAT, because I'm white, did you know that if you're black, you get 200 extra points on your SAT? Did you know that? That's an actual truth. That is a fact.
Okay, and your point is what?
My point is that, sorry, there's flags there. If you are allocating, what is the definition of racism? The discrimination or preferential treatment of a person or group of people based on their race.
Right.
Anytime that you say, let's give a black person a job over a white person, or let's give Asian people more points on an SAT, that is inherently racism.
Okay, but do you remember blacks weren't allowed to get education until 1919? We weren't even allowed to read.
So you're talking about the civil rights
Okay,
movement,
right. So how at what point?
But you have
at what point are you going to allow us to catch up? Okay, because you have generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? But you're forgetting that point.
Because white people were plantation owners and had money, but people like my mom and I, we didn't have it.
But you were still allowed education.
But
you were still allowed
as a white man,
be educated. you were still allowed to be educated.
You seem educated. You seem very educated.
Now. But
so how are we racist?
But no, I'm talking about the people before me. Like my mother was. She wasn't allowed. Okay. 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 Yeah. Okay. So. Right. Okay. But see, my mother wasn't allowed. We wasn't even allowed to drink. She wasn't even allowed to drink at the same waterfall.
That's ridiculous.
All right. No, if she's not allowed to drink at the same water fountain, what do you think? She's not even allowed. I mean, how do you think that she's going to get jobs?
That's racist. Like absolutely.
Exactly. So
what are you saying is the goal? We go backward and now pejoratively classify all white people, like give black people aid because that doesn't make any sense. Well, two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
You have every opportunity that I have. You have every opportunity that I have.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why we don't have the same opportunity.
Sure, no, please tell me.
Okay. Like, okay. One, education. We didn't. Okay.
I went to a public school.
Okay.
And I paid for my college.
Okay.
With my own money that I worked for.
Okay. As far as the banks, how the subprime lending?
I own a business now, and I was refused funding on the basis that I'm a white male.
Okay, but you was refused funding, but those subprime lendings were targeted toward blacks. So the houses, the subprime lending, they were targeted toward blacks. And then what did they do? They came back and they swept all those subprime lendings and took all the houses. That's the only economic gain that if you were black that you could get. But they went through and they targeted blacks only specifically and then cut them all out. So when you have a house, you can use it for collateral. You can use it.
Absolutely.
Right. But
that's how I got my business loan. I collateralized my home.
Good for you because my mother lost hers because of that.
And look, if you and
a lot of blacks
did,
blacks did because they targeted black people.
But if you were to look at me, do you actually look at me in my eyes and would you think that I'm a racist? That I don't want a person to succeed because they're black? Do you in your soul do you believe that?
But I can't. I would have to know you. I would have to see how you. I can't look in your eyes and see. But I have to tell by your actions.
And if you and I saw something that was racist, if we went to a subprime lender and they only gave it to me and not you, I would fight them with you. You have to show me what's racist. You have to show me a racist judge or a racist politician. You can't just point to say, oh, systematic racism. It doesn't make any sense.
But when they target, and it's been proven that they targeted blacks, in court it's been...
Then you have to show me what you're talking about. We have to actually agree on it, and we can agree to disagree. But I don't believe that we live in an inherently systemic racist society.
Okay, but I'm telling you that like B of A, Wells Fargo, they targeted black folks for subprime lending. That in itself is this isn't just my word.
I don't work for B of A. I'm not an expert in it.
Okay,
you seem more educated
I don't work for them either. But I do read the papers. And you seem educated, so you've seen what's going on in the world. So, I mean, this isn't new news. This is like at least 5 years old. So what my point is, it's been proven that they systematically targeted black people. That in itself is rape, not Asians, not gay white males. They specifically targeted black people.
And you know about it now, right? It's public information, right?
Yeah.
So we're fighting it. We fought it, and I hope that it changes because a person shouldn't be discriminated based on the color of their skin.
Right. But my whole point is racism still exists.
I believe absolutely racism exists, but we do not live in an inherently racist society now.
Okay. But
if a person.
But see, that's delusional. It's to the point of delusional because you're ignoring the facts that's around. You're ignoring reality because you can look around you and see what's going on. Well, I will say things have gotten a lot better, but with Obama in office, and I'm not like a big Obama fan.
Okay. I don't think you are because you're black. I don't think you are.
Okay.
Because that would be racist.
But my whole point is that even when he was in office, hate crimes rose to maximum levels. They rose.
Is that true?
No, that's very true.
Is that true?
No, that's very true. But my whole point is racism still exists.
I don't think anybody is arguing that it doesn't
But
exist.
you said it
I'm
doesn't
saying
exist anymore.
systematic racism. Show me a law, show me a rule, show me legislation, something that says that pejoratively discriminates the black person over a white person, and I will stand with you and fight it together.
My point
But
is,
I don't see it.
Right.
All I see is I have to do better on a test.
okay, but
To
why?
get into the same college.
No.
All that means is if you apply
I
for a
understand
loan,
that.
if you're black, you get benefits
Well,
that I don't.
Right, but why would?
Because people before me that were white were rich. It doesn't influence.
But you're asking why? Show me a law. Show me a law, a piece of legislation. Why would they put that in the legislation now? Because they don't want to seem racist. Okay, why would they put that in the books now?
So then, how does that practice? How is there any efficacy there? How does that turn?
Because they still practice it. They still, but they keep it under wraps. I mean, racism it still exists, but you may not. It's the Archie Bunker system, right? Which is you're racist, but you don't realize it.
Do you think
it's subliminal? It's in your subconscious when you make a reaction toward any person. Hold on, after I finish this point, you
sorry to interrupt. All right.
But my point is, a lot of people are racist and don't attend to, but it's in their subconscious how they react to a person of color. I mean, they may not know why they do it, but their first initial reaction is to, oh, I'm not going to hire this person simply because they're bald-headed and yeah.
Can I just ask you one simple question? Do you think that black people...
What's up, Shatter Shots? Hey! I brought Catherine Steinley in memory, and our good friend Ruben Morphine. I got two more. In memory, in loving memory.